morning. Today Friday, 25th September 2015. Paper highlights read by Christina Arul Selvam. First, let's look at the paper highlights of Daily Mirror. 32-year-old suspect admits to Saya's killing. Has history of pedophilia. Being questioned under 72-hour detention order. The CID, its investigation had revealed that the 32-year-old man arrested in connection with the rape and killing of 5-year-old girl Saya Sandevmi had a history of pedophilia and necrophilia. The man was arrested on Tuesday, used hiding in the jungle of Bhimmulla in Gampaha in a CID police joint operation. He was reported to have confessed to the CID of having raped and killed a little girl. The police said the suspect was bachelor and originally resident of Bhimmulla but had later moved to his sister's home in Kotadeniyawa, close to where a child lived. More news highlight from Daily Mirror. Child remained fast asleep as carried her out suspect. According to the police sources, the suspect of the Saya rape murder case had made lengthy confession to the CID. Another news highlight. He used to steal women's undergarments. The mother of the suspect arrested in connection with the death of Saya, speaking to the media, said that her husband being convicted of theft and jail and died in prison. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. US resolution called for participation of Commonwealth judges. Resolution tabled with amendments. The US-sponsored resolution on Sri Lanka was tabled before the UNHRC late last evening, despite a delay of few hours with several amendments made in its text. The resolution has reiterated in the international role in the domestic accountability process and called on Sri Lanka to allow the participation of Commonwealth and other foreign judge in the judicial mechanism due to be created to address issues of accountability. The resolution that was co-sponsored by the UK, Macedonia and Montenegro was due to be tabled at the UNHRC today at 1 p.m. Geneva time. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. Mother of 70-year-old suspect says, police put us in a mess. Mother of the 17-year-old schoolboy who was taken into custody by the police on suspicion over the murder of Saya, the child rape victim of Kotadeniyawa, lamented that her son was innocent and was not any way involved in this crime, and that the action of the police had placed her and her son in an awful predicament. She said her son had been held at the police station for 3 days, and the publicity given her created a situation where the villagers were looking. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. 717 pilgrims died in Setampet. No Lankan affected. At least 717 pilgrims were killed on Thursday in a Setampet outside the Muslim holy city of Mecca, Saudi authorities said. The worst disaster on strike the annual pilgrimage in 25 years. At least 805 others were injured in the crash at Mina, 5 kilometers east of Mecca, caused by two large groups of pilgrims arriving together at the crossroad on their way to performing the stoning the devil ritual in Jamarat, Saudi Civil Defense said. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. Nothing wrong in visiting Mahinda Rajapaksa's home. Presidential Commission of Inquiry to investigate and inquire into serious act of fraud, corruption and abuse of power, state resources and privileges, Secretary Silva said. It official visited ex-President Mahinda Rajapaksa's residence to obtain evidence over a matter concerning the ITN TV station. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. CID records Buddhika's statement. UNP Mathura District MP Buddhika Pathirana yesterday gave a statement to the CID with regard the complaint he had made about the army contract involving several billions of rupees. Another news highlight from Daily Mirror. We used minimum force, say police. In response to the viral video which showed two traffic policemen assaulted a disabled motorcyclist, police have issued a statement saying the officers had used minimum force and that the police respect the disabled. The video of assaulted went viral in social media. It shows two traffic police officers attached to Kahtagas Dihiliya police assaulting a disabled motorcyclist. Now let's move to the paper highlights from Daily News. President to meet Swiss South African presidents. President Maithripala Sirisena, who is in New York to participate at the 17th United Nations General Assembly, will call on Switzerland President Lidla Bukalter and South African President Jacob Zuma, the president, to hold bilateral discussion with them on the slightness of the UNGA in New York. He is also scheduled to have discussion with the International Red Cross President Peter Moore and the official of the UN Development Programme today. Another news highlight from Daily News: another presidential secretariat vehicle found abandoned. Police yesterday found a luxury vehicle belonging to the presidential secretariat abandoned at the Jalthara in Homagama yesterday. The police had received the information on the abandoned vehicle by the way of a call received to the police emergency unit. Non-payment of due to ITN for election ads. Susil distanced himself from MR's claim. Former UPFA General Secretary Susil Premajayantha denied himself a former President Mahinda Rajapaksa claim that the party, its authorities, were responsible for non-payment of due to ITN for broadcasting election ads. FCID questioned two leading businessmen over alleged share market manipulations. The Financial Crime Investigation Division yesterday questioned two leading businessmen over alleged share market manipulation. They were questioned by the FCID over the alleged share market manipulations involving Lanka Hospital shares. According to the FCID sources, these businessmen were grilled for over 4 hours and statements were recorded from them. Another news highlight from Daily News: top Army General to be grilled over Ekneligoda disappearance. An Army General who had strong link with the military intelligence unit is to be questioned by the CID in connection with the disappearance of journalist Prageet Ekneligoda. The CID questioned Brigadier Aruna Vanniyarachi, who handled the Army Intelligence Unit at one point for 6 hours last week over the same matter. Highly placed police sources told the Daily News that the investigation terms will visit to the army camps early next month to gather more information about the journalist's disappearance. Now let's move to the paper highlights of Ceylon today. Cardinal Ranjit nominate Pope's special envoy. The Holy See announced that His Holiness Pope Francis had nominated His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit as his special envoy to attend the National Eucharistic Congress of India, which will be celebrated from 12th to 15 November 2015 in Mumbai, India. Another news highlight from Ceylon today: CPC record ₹50 billion loss. According to the mid-year fiscal position of report 2015 issued by the Ministry of Finance, during the first 4 months of 2015 alone, the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has recorded a loss of ₹5 billion. We brought you the paper highlights of today's newspaper. We will bring you more tomorrow.